I still have an intro, my news one. Hey everybody, this is Alvsy Sprocket here, and today we begin our Total War Rome Remastered playthrough. This is going to take place every Wednesday, and maybe once Terror from the Deep finishes up, every Saturday/Sunday, depending on when I end up putting those out. And what we're going to start with is a short campaign. We're not going to jump in with a full, long campaign just yet. So we're going to start a new campaign, the Imperial campaign. Now, I'd imagine a lot of people playing this game right now are, playing a lot of the Roman factions, because they're the classics. Obviously go for short campaign. We are not going to go for one of these guys. We're not even going to go for one of the more well-known ones like Carthage or the Greek cities. I was considering the Greek cities. They might have been fun. But no, instead, we're going to be playing as Spain. Spain's got a weird campaign because they have Iberia. About a third of Iberia. They have like 4 provinces. The Gauls control this part and more of this area up here. To the south is Carthage, Numidians. So they've got kind of a weird region. And weirdly enough, their only enemy that they have to destroy to win their campaign is Carthage. So that's kind of odd because Carthage is here, 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 here. It's kind of a funky situation, but I think it'd be fun because they have some weird and fun infantry choices. Now, as for our settings, we have unit balancing. All these things are remastered except for population cost balancing. There was one of these that I saw people were a little bit frustrated about, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was something else, but unit balancing, I think some people were upset about that. Honestly, I think it's fine. I've played quite a bit of this. I've put like 20 or so hours into this so far, in just a solo campaign after what I showed on the channel last week. And I'm pretty into it. We're gonna do a medium campaign as Spain. Let's do this. And we got a starting cutscene, don't we? So let's listen up.
Ever since our ancestors first daubed the walls of caves with images of the hunt, we Iberians have been great artists. Silverware, pottery, sculpture, or textiles. There is no material in which we do not create beauty. Yet, there is one art above all, of which our tribes are masters without equal. War. From the fastness of our mountain homes, skirmishers ambush our foes. Across the fertile plains, our cavalry raid their heartlands. In the halls of the gods themselves, great champions proclaim their arrival. There are none better honed for war than the people of Spain.
Alright, we're in the game. Now, you may be wondering why I'm doing a campaign not only as just Spain, but also a short campaign as Spain. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. Short campaign as Spain, I'm hoping will just show off a little bit more of the game for those of you who are a little bit on the fence about it. Right now, this game is kind of, I think it is still mixed on Steam. But in my experience, a lot of the stuff that's being talked about is a bit of a non sequitur. So one of the things is infantry unit choice. One of the big criticisms is that the factions that weren't really playable before don't have a lot of choice in the way of infantry, like they weren't really set up to be playable. Spain was not playable back in the original game, so I figure if I can have a good little time as them, that might show something. But also it's fun to play a faction that's kind of a bit weird and different. We have 4 settlements. That's a lot to start with. And I don't think we start at war with anybody, do we? Let's go. Right down here is the main button. That gives a lot of information. Such as factions, ranking, diplomatic standing. We are enemies with just rebels right now, so we're free to declare war on whoever we want. We have Gauls over here. We can tell by that green border there, and Carthaginians over here, the white border. And I believe there is a rebel settlement over this way. So we're going to send our diplomat in that direction. and see what he can find. And we have a spy up here. He'll do well to kind of check this area a bit further. Oh, we have... That's our border, so there's no settlement like in here. So let's just get started on a couple of build orders and stuff. So, we don't have a lot of money to start. We're barely making any money per turn. So, as Spain, we have a few different options for religion, which is pretty exciting. Our three options are... Oh, we have four options, actually. Tutatis, which is bonus experience to our troops. Epona is experience bonus. Those two are the same. Maybe when they upgrade, they get something different. Upgrade to missile weapons, and bonus to law. So, all pretty good. If I go into the building browser, which is right down at some of the details. Construction building browser, here it is. If I go down to religion, what do these different ones get us? 15 and 15. 15 and plus 3. 15 plus 3. Okay, so Tutatis actually gives us a bonus to light weapons as well as troops. So it's a good all-rounder rather than... It's better for light troops than it is for all-around. Which is good to know. But really right now, what we want to build in our towns is ports. Because ports are going to be way more useful. We need some trade fast. And Spain has a lot of settlements on this coast right here. Which means it is pretty simple to get some ports up and running. Weirdly enough, some of these places actually can't get ports. Like, unfortunately, Carthago Nova and Osca can't build ports. I don't know if that's forever or if that's just right now for some reason I can't build them. Maybe they're too small. Anyways. The other thing about Spain is that we don't have quite enough of a consolidated army together, which is going to take a little bit of time. That is an investment that we need to make in Spain. But the thing is, up here in Asturgia, we have a bunch of infantry that's not really doing anything. So let's do something with it, shall we? We do still get town militias, so we definitely want to train some of them. And move whatever we can away from the city and start getting moving. Can English good, yes. We've got Scrutarii here. These are our main infantry. They are actually Hastati, but slightly different. They're Barbarian Hastati, which is pretty cool. So we'll grab some of them along. And can we actually leave the city? Yeah, we can leave Asturgica completely undefended right now, and everyone's totally happy. So that's what we're going to do for this turn. And get our troops moving. Our faction leader up here is old, but he's got some good stats. Let's see. Kronios here is our faction heir. He's a little more spry. And we're going to take a bunch of the people from his town as well. A bunch of the skirmishers. Although, Cav is actually better to bring along. And we can do the same here, can't we? That we can. They're not quite as happy. Oh, do we not even have a... Ah, we can't actually train troops in Scalavis yet. For some reason, the skirmishers can move farther than their friends. That's weird. We'll leave one unit there just to garrison it. And that's fine. Might as well get our guys moving up here. We'll bring these two armies together. And this is still our territory. So we're going to pop down a watchtower. That covers this whole area. And let's just see that we got Gauls here. I think the settlement's like right about here. So basically the plan is for the west side of Iberia to come together and form some troops to go maybe towards Carthage or towards this Gaul city. Whichever one comes first. Over here on this side, we've got 2 more generals. This guy has a lot less stuff, and can basically leave both of these town militias to just fortify the town. Up here, same deal. Which means these guys can form together for a unit of 6, mostly cavalry, which it means it's going to be better fighting the Gauls in the field. What's the best way for you to join forces? We basically want to have our 2 little armies here become 1. And because of that, we can increase taxes up here in Osca, which will help to pay for things. Grab you guys here. You make your way to join up with him. And then Carthago Nova, same deal. Can go up to high taxes. Every settlement is building something. We've moved all of our forces that we can really afford to move around. We're going to have money next turn. It's going to be great. And now we can just end the turn. It is a pretty slow start compared to some other factions. But it's not too bad. We're still bringing together forces. We start with an army rather than having to raise it, so. Alright. There it is, Numantia. Has 2 people in it, and we got Captain Glassobrin up there. Now, from what we've seen, this is the only Gaul settlement around here. Let's send our diplomat south to Carthage. Now here's the thing about Carthage. Corduba is going to be an interesting settlement to us, because it's very lightly defended right now. Iberian infantry and a single general is pretty manageable. However, if we take a look at the diplomacy screen, we had a child. And we made a little bit of money this turn. Not a lot, but some. If I go to diplomacy, which is here, factions, diplomatic standing of the Gauls. Right now the Gauls are at war with nobody, and Carthage is at war with nobody. So, the thing about this is, that means both of the factions in Iberia right now are hostile, are stronger than us, and aren't at war with anybody else, which means when we declare war on them, we're their only target. That means I don't want to declare on both of them at once. So, trade rights and maps from map. Nope. Maps for maps is still considered very generous. Let's see if we can get anything else out of them. An alliance is probably not a good idea. And can I get you to attack the Gauls? Would you ever consider that? You would. And it's still considered very generous. I don't suppose you could make a single payment of like 1,000 denarii more? Whoops. More money? Let me see how much money I can get out of them. Alright. With 3,000 denarii puts us into generous. To do trade rights, maps for maps, get them to attack Gaul. Wait. Request that you attack Gaul. Oh, you don't like that as much. Okay. Whoops. Well, in that case... More payment. Let's do 3,000 again. Okay, and I will offer to attack Gaul.
A most generous proposal.
There we go. Because we're planning on attacking Gaul pretty soon anyway, and the Julii are probably going to attack Gaul pretty soon as well. Which means we can get 3,000 denarii for basically nothing. I could have gotten even more out of them, but oh well. Now, with $3,700 and building stuff on the west of Iberia, I'm going to start building some stuff over here. Particularly land clearances or mines. We'll do a land clearance down here and a mine up here. No, other way around. We're more likely to lose Osca than we are to lose Carthago Nova. So we want to have the more valuable stuff more further south. There we go. Still have $1,100, with which we can do whatever we wish. And start marching this way. You march to join up with him. And pretty soon, we can get engaged with those Gauls. Have you moved anywhere else? You can start moving in this direction. And our spy can see the settlement, but that's it right now. In that case, we're going to want you to come north, join up with you, and you guys will march up this way. And that's it for turn number 2, so on to turn number 3. Carthage has declared war on the Greeks. That's a silly war, but okay. Our ports are done, which is going to mean we get loads of money now. Oh, that's great. Our forces joined together. We've got an army of, what is that? 12 now. That's pretty good. And we can actually afford to, well, first of all, build some more buildings around. You guys are all set building those. Scalabus can build roads, because that will make things easier. And Asturgica should also build roads, because again, that'll make travel easier. Now, if we go into here, we might as well bump up the taxes a little bit, which increases our income that we're getting from that settlement, and same for Scalabus. However, we don't really need more skirmishers, to be honest, so that's probably fine. We're building stuff there and there. This army is moving towards the Gauls. Spying mission has succeeded, which lets us see a bit more of Numantia. It has 3 units in it. 2 of them are warbands, which are pretty weak. We've got some bandits over here. We can ignore them. And move right up to here. And can you build... You can't because of this trade resource. That's fine. That's an even shorter turn 3. But unless there's a settlement that can start training proper infantry right now, then we don't really need much else. But we can train some mercenaries. Spanish mercenaries are not bad. Basically copies of your regular infantry and some Balearic slingers, which are pretty cool. Over here, boats, and over here, nope. Alright. I think that's going to do us for turn number 3. On to the next one. Forgot about my diplomat. That's fine. Carthage is marching north. But that's probably fine. Can you talk to the Carthaginians, by the way? Should we do an alliance? You would like to do an alliance. In that case, how about you pay us again? 1,000 RE? More? Okay. Whoops. Don't offer any money. How about 1,500? 1,800. Will you do that?
A most generous proposal.
Yes, you will.
Welcome, friend.
And now we can do military access for military access.
A most generous proposal.
Which makes it not such a bad thing that they're traveling through our territory. And if anything, hopefully he's coming up to beat up some Gauls. Who knows? He may not be. He may be here to stab us in the back. He might have been here to invade. That's fine. We're friends now, it doesn't matter. Now, if we just move our guys up here... I actually want to move to here and build our watchtower, which will help us see a little bit further down here, make us certain that they're not going to try and ambush us or anything. And then we can actually move this way to kind of look at this territory that the Gauls are in. What is this? Ah, that's just our alliance. We built a couple of things this turn. Great news. Let's step here, and we might as well build another tower. Towers are very good in this game. Being able to see where everything is great. These places have finished construction, which means you can build a farm, and you can build a mine. No. You should build a palisade. Do not forget to build palisades in your settlements if they don't already have them. Palisades give you a chance to, you know, not lose your settlement in one turn, which is good. And obviously farming technology is always a good choice. Oh, we have mines up here as well. That's good to know. That is enough for turn number 4. And way off in the distance, I heard the Gauls declare an attack on something. Or somebody declare an attack on something. Carthage has gone to war with the Romans, and Britannia and Germania are at war. Not totally unheard of. Now, let's send our troops into Numantia. Yes. We're now sieging them down. Our spy wasn't able to open the gates, but they didn't train any more troops. So that's going to be fine. Now, everywhere else is looking alright. Osca can actually build something. We might as well get it. I didn't build mines there last turn. That was silly of me. Well, we'll build a trader. We should be careful around here because this is, what's it called, territory? Gaul territory up here. So why don't we build another tower? That gives us a better sight of what's going on. No need for our diplomat to go this way. Let's see if he can make his way over to where the Romans live. In this campaign, we don't really need to even declare war on the Romans. So, maybe we'll be friends. Probably not, but we can hope. And what's this announcement? We've declared war on Gaul, yeah. We built some walls. Oh, right, we built walls last turn. Duh. I already forgot in that time. Oh, boy. Stuff over here is almost done. On to the next turn. There we go. War declared the Brutii on Carthage. We made some money. I love making money. Now we have a bunch of infantry and a whole lot of cavalry versus some chumpy war bands and a general. And let's attack. And we'll do a normal battle.
The sun has risen. Many brave warriors will not see the setting of the sun today. Many cowards among our foes will pray for the night. Warriors, take up the sword and the axe, the bow and the knife. We come for glory and honor.
Okay, fine. I wasn't recording. My god. Alright. I'll have to use the general's... yeah. So... oh boy. This is the second time I've ever forgotten to press the record button, which is great. Just absolutely wonderful news. Basically, it's been... what for you guys has been a matter of seconds. A couple of days... not a couple of days, about a day since when I actually started this fight. You know, I'm all over the place now because I didn't expect to forget to record on top of everything else. Basically, my car lost its front wheel, my hat fell in a storm drain, and I'm working on very little sleep, so we're gonna have a good one today. Stop getting shot. This is an effective tower location.
Our warriors have reached the enemy gate with the ram.
Alright. Yeah, it shouldn't be too loud for you guys, but it is... the game is at a totally different volume for me than it is for you, which is... the reason being is because it can be very loud when it wants to be. But never mind that. Let's bring all the light cav up. And we're just waiting for our guys to take the walls down, which they should do a pretty good job of doing. Also, you guys turn on fire at will. Let's see. We've got 2 weakened units of warbands and the general unit. This should be very straightforward. And the gates are almost down. 2 more hits. 1 more hit and we're inside. Awesome.
Your warriors have broken the gate. The way is open. Let your men kill all the cowards inside.
Now, this is tricky because... let's see where these warbands try to go. They're coming to the front gate. Perfect. Now, the good thing is we have a bunch of skirmishers here ready to throw all sorts of things at the enemy as they try and guard the gate, which is going to tear through them. Yeah, that's some pretty good damage. Hitting them in the back. Great. Beautiful. Let's see if they try that again. Nope, looks like they're done trying that. Which makes sense. Let's get you guys inside here. And the other unit of infantry in as well.
Our warriors have driven the enemy from his own walls. The way to victory is open.
And round shield cav will send some in after the infantry. Just gonna speed it up for a second. Yeah, they're not coming to retake the gate now. They're done trying that. Alright, and let's bring the round shields in. right about here. They'll all pile in. This is actually not bad gate pathing AI for cavalry. Usually it's a lot worse than this. Like, this bunching up is pretty normal, but... Ooh, perfect. So the warbands are now charging into our inf, but we can hit them on the side. And I think... Yeah, they're wavering already. They're broken. Alright, Scrutarii. I want all of you guys to turn off Fire Will for a second and cease. And let these round shields take out the rest of the warband. Perfect. Now, we did lose a lot of round shields because, I think mostly because of friendly missile fire. Which is annoying, but to be expected, honestly. And our infantry's still looking good. Have them advance. In fact, I'm actually going to have the cav kind of back up back here. Because round shields are fast enough that they can get involved afterwards. Because that will let our skirmishers actually move up to this line. So they can provide some fire support. Wait for the skirmishers to pile in. Here we are. Now the skirmishers are inside, we can bring our generals in. Now this is our faction leader and our faction heir, so they've got a bunch of heavy cav per unit. Bring them in. Should be a-okay. Perfect. Now that you're all inside, let's set up our little ambush point. Now, one new thing, I don't know if this is new to Remastered, but the stealth on units seems to be a lot better. So, like, because we can't actually, we don't have line of sight on the town square here, we can't actually see their units. We know they're there, so it's not the most tactical stealth, but I could swear that that's different from how it used to be. Bring the Scrutarii up, and then we want 2 units of skirmishers on either side. This isn't a great spot for skirmishers, but it's not the worst. And round shields. Want a round shield on 2 round shields there, and 2 round shields here. And the heavy cav can back up the inf. There. That should be everyone moving up front. There we go. Now we can see that both of them are just sitting in the square for us to move in. And we're going to move all our guys back onto Fire Will. And Scrutarii, because you guys are infantry, you're going to have to make the first push here. You guys can advance to about there. You guys advance to about... You've got a much weaker spot to advance on. So why don't you move to, like, here? Oh, you guys are, like, just out of range. Well, I can have one of you move up and start throwing in a second. Heavy cav, move up there. The other one, same deal. Those skirmishers are fine. Round shields flank on this side, and you guys, you're the weaker group, but flank on this side. Now that shouldn't bring any of them forward. Except for the fact the round shields are going this way. Guys, maybe don't do that. Oh! We gotta fight. Okay. I shouldn't have pressed fast forward then, as it turns out. The warlord is now charging into our infantry. Let's send the general in to smash into them. We're gonna lose some Scrutarii here, unfortunately, but I'm thinking our general should be able to, yeah, break them right away. And he's dead.
Any of our warriors would die rather than run. The enemy warlord is dead, slain by
Perfect.
your brave warriors.
Now, Scrutarii, get back into formation. Round shields. Go this way, please. I'm wondering what caused the bodyguard to randomly charge forward like that, because that was not a tactically sound move. Sure, he took out like 20 infantry, but he is wiped out. Let's see. This unit can probably get into firing range pretty quick. Well, I don't want you guys to move that way. That's a bit of a dumb move. Why don't you guys turn on skirmish mode? They'll throw in... Move up. They'll start firing. Here they come. You guys are in skirmish mode, so you should be pretty good about getting out of there. Let them come in. Bring the round shields up. Once they start actually charging, they'll be doomed. Alright. Yeah, they're confused. They don't want to charge into our infantry and get involved just yet. Oh, here we go. Get those round shields in. Scrutarii, hang back. Leave it to the round shields. And that's good. We're going to continue and wipe into the last. And those 2 units of weakened round shields can finish this off. In the meantime, yeah, I gotta remember, my skirmishers are gonna fire into indiscriminately at anything going on, so we need to be careful of that. But round shields are pretty good at fighting. They're not amazing. Oh, there's still 36. Break them off the center. Yeah, they absolutely melted. There we go.
Fight no more. The enemy are in full flight, and the victory is yours.
And that's our first victory. Nice. We did lose a couple of things. Some round shields especially, but we're getting 5 of them back. And we got some of our skirmishers back. And some Scrutarii. Great to hear. And we take Numantia. We're going to occupy it because it's a pretty big settlement, which is good because, you know, we need those.